Let's now go to spleen patterns. Let's discuss cold damp encumbering the spleen. This concept is due to the interior exuberance of cold dampness encumbering the spleen and disturbs the spleen yang. It is also called dampness encumbering spleen yang or cold dampness obstructing the middle jaw. It is also seen at the tying stage of the six channel patterns. The key symptoms of the functional impairments of the spleen and the stomach in transforming and transporting with manifestations of interior exuberance of cold dampness at the same time. The analysis of this pattern is mainly caused by improper diet, excessive intake of raw or cold foods, by exposure to a cold and damp environment like living in a damp or rainy place, or by other excessive endogenous dampness. The clinical manifestations would be fullness and distending pain in the epigastrium and abdomen, a bland but slimy taste in the mouth, poor appetite, nausea, vomiting, absence of thirst, abdominal pain, loose stool, heaviness of the head and body, edema, scanty urine, smoky yellow skin and yellow sclera, profuse leukorrhea, an enlarged tongue with a white, greasy, or white slippery coating, a soft or deep and thready pulse. In the analysis of a cold dampness encumbering the spleen pattern, the cold damp encumbering the spleen pattern, when this when it encumbers the spleen yang, it fails to transport and transform, and it causes fullness or pain of the epigastrium and abdomen, poor appetite, and loose stools. If it if the stomach chi counterflows upward, it causes nausea and vomiting. When the spleen yang is hindered by cold dampness, failing to warm and digest the water damp, it causes edema and scanty urine. When the liver and gallbladder depression leading to bile to flow outward, it causes smoky yellow skin and yellow sclera. When cold dampness is rushing down, it causes excess leukorrhea in females. And also, the tasteless mouth, a lack of thirst, and large tongue with a white, greasy, or white slippery coating, a soft or deep and thready pulse are manifestations of interior exuberance of a cold dampness pattern. The differentiation of cold dampness encumbering the spleen and the spleen yang deficiency. The cold dampness encumbering the spleen pattern, the nature would be invasion of cold dampness and excess cold. The pathology would be exuberance of cold damp encumbering the spleen yang and irregularity in ascending and descending. The onset and course would be an excess pattern, sudden onset, short course. For common clinical manifestations would be cold pain in the epigastrium, poor appetite, loose stool, edema, abnormal leukorrhea, and the different clinical manifestation would be abdominal pain with a preference for warmth but reluctance for pressure, or smoky yellow skin and eyes, an enlarged tongue with a white slippery coating, and the pulse would be soft or deep and thready. The spleen yang deficiency pattern, the nature would be interior formation of cold dampness, deficiency cold. The pathology would be spleen yang deficiency, failing to warm and transport and generating interior deficiency cold. The onset and course would be a deficiency pattern, moderate onset and long course. For common clinical manifestations would be cold pain in the epigastrium for appetite, loose stool, edema, abnormal leukorrhea, and the different clinical manifestations would be abdominal dull pain, which is relieved by warmth or pressure, a pale enlarged tongue with teeth, prints, and a white slippery coating. The pulse would be deep, slow, and weak. The cold, damp invading the spleen, the etiology, the exposure to exterior dampness from either weather or living conditions with spleen chi deficiency underlying allowing damp to invade. The signs and symptoms would be poor appetite and digestion, fullness and oppression in the stomach duct, and epigastrium, which is better for warmth, heaviness in the head and limbs, sweet or sticky taste or absence of taste, no thirst, or thirst for warm drinks, loose stools, leukorrhea, tiredness, and a dull white complexion. The pulse would be slippery and slow, and the tongue would be swollen, pale with a sticky white coat. For treatment principle, we can warm the center, dispel the cold, and disinhibit damp. For acupuncture treatment, we can use spleen 9, which drains damp in lower burner, Ren 12, supplements spleen and disinhibits damp, stomach 8, transforms damp in the head, bladder 20, supplements spleen, resolves damp, Ren 11, harmonizes the middle burner, spleen 6, disinhibits dampness, spleen 3, supplements spleen chi, bladder 22, harmonizes spleen and stomach, Ren 9 harmonizes intestines, and stomach 22 regulates intestines. The needle, we can needle with supplementation and large amounts of moxa. The relevant advice: if a person with damp cold invading the spleen should avoid food and beverages that are cold both energetically and in their temperature. They should also avoid consuming anything that produces dampness. This means that dairy products, cold drinks, ice cream, sweets, cake, dried fruit, wheat, sugar, lettuce, cucumber, tomato, lemon, and tropical fruit should be avoided. They will benefit from consuming foods that are cooked, baked, and roasted and have a warming energy. Ginger will be particularly good as it is warming but also spicy and thereby expels exogenous pathogenic qi. Keeping the abdomen warm and dry is also vital in this pattern of the imbalance. Thank you for your attention.